Hello, this is Sanjay Wadhwani with KMF Business Advisors. So, what are the requirements we need in order to list a business? I just want to share with you some details so you understand what are the requirements a business broker will ask you so you can be prepared ahead of time. Now, I am going to insert the forms in this video so you have a better idea of what to expect when you are hiring a business broker to sell your business. So, first things first, like if you are going to hire me, these are the basic questions that I'm going to collect from you in order to sell your business. Now, if you have seen my past videos, I always say this: we don't disclose your information, your business information. We sell everything very, very confidential way. We try to avoid all the loopholes uh, that can, you know, jeopardize the sale of your business. So, these are the questionnaires that we require as business brokers to list your business for sale. But once again, all of this information that we collect is confidential. Before we release any information to the buyer or their agent, we highly, highly recommend them to sign a non disclosure agreement that basically saves you as the seller from further disruption. So we will need your owner address, city, county, state, city, zip, something about your business details. To make it go further, I'm gonna give you some couple other forms that I want you to look at it. Uh, we're gonna get the location. The basic stuff that we need to go in order to get this sold. Now, I personally communicate with a lot of business brokers in the industry nationwide. We keep on going back and forth. So when we get a listing, of course, we are marketing it to the market. We are on BizBuySell, we are on LoopNet, we are on CoStar, BizMLS, Total Commercial, Total Brokerage, you name it. There's like about 200 sites we are listed under, and it's all paid advertisement. We do Google ads, we do social media ads, digital marketing, whatever it takes to sell that business. And of course, you don't pay us commission until we sell the business, right? Besides that, all our expenses are expense. That's the risk that we have to take in this business. Regardless, this is the next approach. So we are going to get basic information from you, like the tax returns. It's very important. Of course, it's not going to be given to the buyer, in order to, like, sometimes what happens is we don't disclose a lot of things to the buyer because we want to make sure that the buyer is serious. We tend to get a contract, a signed contract, an escrow deposit, and within the due diligence period, that's where we are going to share the P&L, the tax returns. Depends on the seller. It's not up to us. If the seller gives us permission to share after the non-disclosure is signed, yes, we're going to share. But if the seller says, no, I want a signed contract before you show any of my information, we completely respect that. So basically, you have to go through the basic stuff. You have to share with us a P&L report. We can, of course, optimize everything, audit everything, and put a number over here. Or you can provide us all this information, and then this is how we are going to list your business for sale. So this is basically P&L adjustments, profit and loss adjustments, and besides that, certain things here. This is the basic information of your business. This is something that we file it. Now here is a very important thing that you as a seller should understand. Now, you can put a sales price of whatever you think your business is worth or whatever. Of course, a business broker will have more knowledge of what's going on. It's going to bring you the comps and everything. And that's basically how you look, plus minus here, there. Now, the down payment, this is very, very important thing right here. Now, if you're selling a business, and let's say you tend to get a buyer for the business or buyers, number of buyers for your business. But for some reason, the price is not being matched. So let's say you're selling a business for, give it a $125,000. Let's take the minimum. $125,000, and the buyer comes out to you, say, Mr. Seller, I only have 100,000 to offer you. Take it or leave it. Believe me, it happens all the time because everybody wants to be in the even numbers. Take it or leave it. Well, what are you going to do? If you don't give an option to the buyer, if you don't give an additional option to the buyer, then that's where we're stuck. And this is where the down payment comes in. So the selling price is 125,000, down payment 100,000. So you list it as 100,000, 80,000, 70,000, whatever you prefer. Now, here you're going to say, okay, you know what, Mr. Buyer, Mr. or Mrs. Buyer, I'll sell you my business for 125,000. You have 100,000 cash that you can get. The other 25,000, I'm going to help you through seller financing. What that means is you are giving leverage to the buyer that, you know what, you have 6 months, 12 months, 24, 36, 60, whatever you are comfortable with. We're going to give you this many months at this interest rate, and you pay us within a period of time. Now, this is a very helpful process because when you are priced at a price of $80,000, $90,000, it is very difficult to get financing at that price. A lot of business financing companies don't even, so, they're in business to make money. So the more interest you pay, the more interest the buyer pays. That's how they make the money. Long story short, if you ever come in a position like this, you always, always give the buyer an opportunity to get seller financing. Not only it shows that your business is worth purchasing, it also guarantees that you as the seller, it also guarantees to the buyer that, listen, I'm not here to play around. This is a serious business. I know for sure you're going to make money if it's handled properly. And this is the assurance that you got to put behind on the contract. Okay, a reason for sale can be retirement, relocation, um, you know, don't get don't comment too personal on it. Don't say, "Oh, I can't get along with my with my partner," things like that. Just keep it very nice and simple. Then basic stuff we get from you. Non-compete, keep it like normal non-compete. Well, this clause right here, the non-compete clause right now, uh, the federal just approved this non-compete clause. Say it does not exist anymore, but that clause only exists for the employees. So basically, you have a business you want to sell, and you're telling the buyer, okay, you know what? I will not compete with this business for the next 5 years within a 10-mile radius. Okay, but one of your employees decide that they don't like the new buyer, so they go and they compete against the new buyer who's purchasing your business. So this basically applies to that particular language for the employees. So it's not just the seller, it's also the employees get applied to. And this is very, very good for the protection of the buyer to buy your business. Rest everything is just same accounts receivable, how much inventory you have, fixtures, equipments, leasehold, real estate. Is real estate included in part of the sale? Means do you actually own the property or are you just renting? If you don't own the property, say no, we're not available. Inventory. Now, Look, you got to understand very carefully here. If you are going to sell a business, let's say $125,000, and you are showing that, okay, this is the sales you have, this is what you have. I have 60,000 in inventory, I have 25,000 in fixtures. So what happens at closing? There will be a checkup on the count of the inventory. Now the buyer may waive it off, but most likely when it comes to selling a business, now I'm talking about businesses that are listed in millions, there's always a count over there. So no matter what you put in the inventory there, that's the amount of price of the product should be available when you are ready to close. So it doesn't, like, like sometimes, you know uh, it's not there. If it's listed 60,000 inventory, then when the buyer buys, they need to get the $60,000 worth of inventory in place at the time of the purchase. So very, very important stuff. And then the cash flow period, you got to give us the P&L tax return. So we jot down everything over here. Basically, 3 years is what we require. 2 years is good. 1 year is kind of, if you're new to the business, okay, then 1 year is fine. But if you have established business, we expect to be at least 3 years. Then the basic stuff. Uh, Now, a lot of listings that business brokers take, they tend to take a 12 months listing, because selling a business is much more difficult task than selling a real estate property. Real estate can be sold within 90 days or less. But business to be sold requires a lot. Small businesses is a different thing. But when it comes to major businesses, like millions and things like that, they tend to take time. So please be patient and work with us. So if you have any questions, give me a call, 954-864-9161. And if you need any help with anything, just let me know. Thank you so much for watching and have a blessed day. I'm gonna try to attach, I don't know, I'll find a way to attach on the YouTube. If you're not able to find those forms, and if you need it for backup, just let me know. I'll be happy to help you there. Thank you once again. This is Sanjay Wadhwani with KMF Business Advisors. Thank you. Bye bye.